Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Krishna Beats by SV.com. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama.
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Ready, Freddy. Hare Krishna. Lalita, right. Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama,
Purchase your tracks today.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Beats by SV.com.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. Gauranga Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya.
OGEbeats.com.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama. Gauranga, Nityananda, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Sri Advaita, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Advaita, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Gauranga, Nityananda, Gauranga,
Purchase your tracks
Nityananda,
today.
Gauranga, Nityananda, 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 Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Purchase
Rama
your tracks
Rama,
today.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. All right, let's chant some japa here for a while here. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Sri Vasadi Gora Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Everybody settle down and be nice and peaceful. Relax, especially Radhe. Relax. You're falling into a deep transcendental trance. Hare Krishna. All right, let's chant a little japa here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada, Sri Advaita, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Advaita, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Gauranga, Gauranga, Gaura Chandra, Gaura Chandra, Gaura Chandra, Nimai, Vishvabhava, Nimai, 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 Vishvambara, 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 Vishvambara. Oh my Lord, Vishvambara, 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 Vishvambara. Vishvambara, 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 Vishvambara. Vishvambara, 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 Gauranga, 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 Gaurachandra, 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 Shri Advaita Nityananda, Gaurachandra, Shri Advaita Nityananda, Gaurachandra, Gaurachandra, Shri Advaita Nityananda, Gaurachandra, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Oh my Lord Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Oh my Lord Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Shri Advaita Chaitanya. We might have Freddie read today, a little while. I'm going to read a couple of verses first. We got to get that guy engaged, man. Otherwise he'll just sit there and drink celery juice all day and think he's making spiritual advancement by getting heavy metals. My heavy metals are rock bands. Hey, Lord Caitanya, Lord Caitanya, Lord Caitanya. Lord Caitanya, Lord Caitanya. This is page 235 in this book here. So take note of that, Rodney. Page 235. The Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord Caitanya says, the Srimad Bhagavatam says, that therefore the living entity again associates with the path of unrighteousness. Oh yeah, we read that already. To live a tranquil life and die peacefully, one must worship and remember Lord Krishna. I like that, man. Man, that's it. I want to live. You want to live a peaceful life and die a peaceful death? You better be worshiping God, man. Otherwise, you won't be peaceful at all. Yeah. To live a tranquil life. All right. Lord Krishna. Therefore, O Mother, please associate with devotees and worship Lord Krishna. See, this is the essence of the teaching we've been sharing. Is associate with devotees who have real devotion. This is top standard, not just devotees or people practicing, and they don't really know who they're worshiping very intimately, but the ideal solution and the quick fix. Everybody wants a quick fix. Even Radhe wants quick fix. See, the ideal solution, everybody remember this, is associate with devotees and remember Krishna. See? Remember Krishna by chanting his name. Hearing talks about Krishna, like we do here. Krishna is a supreme purifying person. It's not about imitating Krishna. It's about just associating with the Lord and his intimate devotees. And very easily you attain everything you would want. Just like fanning. Just like fanning. Say the essence of all advice. What's the essence of all advice? Some people say, to live in Vrindavan, and all that. But really the essence of the essence is even if you're in Vrindavan or you're here on a TV, on this streaming show, the essence of all advice, whether you're in Vrindavan or here on the thing, is to associate with ecstatic devotees and remember Krishna. You notice we're following that instruction of Lord Caitanya perfectly. Isn't it nice there, Radhi? Perfect following. I like easy peasy. Where's my friend Amy? Where is she? Is she playing hooky today? How come Tom's not at your meeting there? What is it? Everybody else is eager to get together except Tom.
We forgot to invite him.
Really?
No, Francis invited him.
Francis invited him today. A few days too late. We forgot.
I knew about this. You were going to get together, but anyway.
You know why I didn't invite him?
Why?
Because he has a beard.
I
don't like men with beard. I always tell my husband, if you want a divorce, grow your beard. I hate men with beards.
Okay.
But yours is okay.
Mine's okay. I keep it trimmed.
It's okay.
See, Janaki says, my Lord and Master is Nimai. So this is great, man. Just, this is really the essence of all advice. And if people follow this, then actually, if you want to make advancement from the Vaidhi level, and I need to look at somebody that you're kind of a little bit. I need to look. If I'm going to look at, I want somebody that's 100% here. Really there. Otherwise, I can't focus myself. If I'm going to, otherwise, I'd rather not to look at anything. You don't know how sensitive you get. You really get sensitive. You sit there and all of a sudden, all over the place where people's minds are. Anyway, Freddie, that's better. Yeah, he's a little more focused, man. He's thinking of meditating on celery, so that's okay. That's good. Celery. That's his new. Is that your mantra there? Celery, juice, celery, juice. Okay. Yeah. Therefore, O mother, please associate with devotees and worship Lord Krishna. That is it, man. And that's, the simple instruction for those on the Vaidhi path, like in ISKCON and all that. If you're still on the Vaidhi path, you can do the test. Are you a Vaidhi Bhakta? Vaidhi means are you just practicing to be a devotee? Like, you got the tilak on and everything. So you can do the Vaidhi test. Vaidhi is, because a lot of people don't know their position. If you chant Hare Krishna mantra, now listen very carefully, everybody. If you chant Hare Krishna and then sometimes tears don't squirt out of your eyes and you don't laugh like a madman, that means if you want to make advancement to that platform of real devotional service, associate with real devotees who do that kind of devotional service. That's called the confidential servants of the Lord. See, they did that in Navadvip 550 years ago, and that's revived again here. We're teaching that kind of devotional service. The syringe type, with the eyes squirt, in the heart. You laugh jolly, very jolly. Yeah, like that. It's very nice. Yeah. See? So this is the postgraduate teaching. So it's not like just associate with any devotees. The neophyte position is, associate with any devotees. If they have the name Krishna and they have a Dodion, and you can't tell the difference between, matter of fact, you'll probably criticize the devotees who actually are advanced, who worship the Lord with ecstatic devotion. You'll think of all kinds of weird things about them. So, that's okay. Associate with the neophytes for now. And by, maybe you'll get a little more intelligent by getting some pious credits or something. And you'll realize this. See, like this, you'll come and you'll hear a class like this. God knows when you'll hear a class like this, because it's very rare to hear a class like this. You might have to wait 500 years before you hear a class like this. Because Bhaktivinoda didn't give a class like this, because most people were neophytes. He just gave them the rules. He threw the rule book at them, Give them the rules, man. Build the temples and all that stuff. And then he had all this private things with himself and any other really advanced devotee, if you can find them. It's very hard. When he was here, in Mayapur, he wrote in his diary, very hard for him to find, even in Mayapur, what he would call an advanced devotee is an ecstatic devotee, very rare. And Gorkashore, who is it? Vamsi Das was the same. He went to Vrindavan. He says, I can't even find any advanced devotee here. Yeah, they mostly are neophytes in Vaishnavism. Very hard to find a devotee who's engaged in spontaneous devotional service, because most people laugh at him. Yeah, even Sarvabhauma, when he gave an instruction to Lord Caitanya, he said, when you go to South India, meet Ramananda Roy. He said, I used to laugh at him because he wasn't converted yet. And he used to laugh at the tears and, the ecstasy of Ramananda Roy. He thought he was, a Vaishnava, and he would laugh at him, make jokes about him. See? But then he was converted and realized the value of a spontaneous devotional service. And then he, spontaneous devotional service. And he said, go meet this devotee here. And the Lord did. And then they basically came back to Puri together, as lifelong companions. So within your mind, always think of Lord Krishna, and within your mouth, always chant Hari. See, within your mind, always think of Lord Krishna, and with your mouth, always chant Hari. Non-devotional activities are devoid of good fruit, of any good fruit. Non-devotional activities are devoid of any good fruit and bring only calamity and suffering. What a great essential teaching. Yeah. In this way, assuming the mood of Lord Kapila, Lord Caitanya taught his mother. Upon hearing these words, Sachi Devi became very joyful. Whether he was eating, sleeping, or awake, Lord Caitanya did not speak of anything but Lord Krishna. When the devotees heard the descriptions of these activities of the Lord, they discussed amongst themselves and contemplated them in their hearts. Just like we are. You notice? We hear about the Lord's activities and we discuss them also. And contemplated them in their hearts. Has Lord Krishna manifested in his body? Perhaps this is by the association of devotees. Or perhaps by some previous process of purification. Contemplating within their hearts this way, the devotees experience great happiness. By his manifestation in this world, Lord Vishwambara vanquished the suffering of his devotees and destroyed materialistic atheists and offenders. Now assuming the role of a Vaishnava. Mahaprabhu Vishwambara always saw Lord Krishna present everywhere in the world, without cessation. During both day and night, with his ears, he heard only the name of Lord Krishna, and with his mouth spoke only Krishna Chandra. The Lord, who was once absorbed in the taste of scholarship, could not now relish anything other than Krishna. Early ever in the morning, all his students would assemble for their studies. However, where's Freddie? You continue reading there, Freddie. Or do you want to, or? Do you have this book?
What book is it?
Chaitanya Bhagavat, this one.
Hebben wij Chaitanya Bhagavat? Of hebben we dat uitgeleend onder Johan? Oh ja. Yeah, we have it. Okay, we have it.
Yeah. Page 235. And have, where's Freddie? I want to hear him read.
Freddie, come on, Freddie. Gorahari wants to hear you. 2, 5.
235.
Janneke.
Okay. Page 235.
235. And it starts with about in the middle of the page, whether he was eating.
Okay, I see. Okay, thank you, Guru Maharaj. All glories to Srila Gaura Haridas. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Whether he was eating, sleeping, or awake, Lord Caitanya did not speak of anything but Lord Krishna. When the devotees heard the descriptions of these activities of the Lord, they discussed them among themselves and contemplated them in their hearts. Has Lord Krishna manifested in his body? Perhaps this is by the association of devotees, or perhaps by some previous process of purification. Contemplation within their hearts in this way, of contemplating within their hearts in this way, the devotees experience great happiness. By his manifestation in this world, Lord Vishwambara vanquished the suffering of his devotees and destroyed the materialistic atheists and offenders. Now fully assuming the role of a Vaishnava, Mahaprabhu Vishwambara always saw Lord Krishna present everywhere in the world. Without cessation, during both day and night, with his ears, he heard only the name of Lord Krishna, and with his mouth spoke only Krishna Chandra. The Lord, who was once absorbed in the taste of scholarship, could not relish anything other than Krishna. Early every morning, all his students would assemble for their studies. However, when he, who is the master of the three worlds, sat and began to lecture nothing but Krishna, would appear upon his tongue. The students asked, "What is the correct and perfect understanding of the alphabet?" The Lord replied, "Lord Narayan is situated in all the letters of the alphabet." The students asked, "How were the letters of the alphabet perfected?"
ABC.
The Lord replied, "The merciful glance of Lord Krishna created the alphabet." The students responded, "O Pandita, please give the correct understanding." The Lord said, "At every moment, one should remember Lord Krishna. I am describing the worship of Lord Krishna, which is the purpose of all scriptures. In their beginning, middle, and end, the scriptures only teach the worship of Lord Krishna." Upon hearing the Lord's explanation, the students began to laugh. One murmured, "The cause of this strange explanation is an imbalance of the life airs." The students again asked, "From where did you get this idea?" The Lord replied, "This is the ultimate conclusion of Scripture." The Lord said, "If you cannot now understand, then contemplate the matter, and this afternoon I will explain in more detail." Each student should go to the scheduled place and study his books. In the afternoon, we will meet again. Upon hearing the Lord's word, the surprised students tied up their books and left. All the students then went to Gangadasha and related the words and explanations of the Lord. They said, "Nimai Pandit now declares that all words of the scriptures refer to Lord Krishna alone." After returning home from Gaya, he talks only of Krishna and gives nothing else as an explanation. He continually chants the name of Lord Krishna, feeling great ecstasy. Sometimes he laughs aloud, sometimes roars aloud, and sometimes his whole body breaks out into horripilation. In this way, different symptoms manifest within him. When he sits down to teach,
What?
yeah, Johan starts laughing. He connects to the root of every single word to Krishna. All his purports and commentaries describe Krishna. This new transformation in him seems to be so alien to us. Please, oh Master, please tell us, what should we do? Gangadasha Pandita, the jewel-like teacher of Navadvip, smiled, and after listening to the complaints of the students, told them, "Go home now and return this afternoon. I will instruct Nimai. I will see that the tutors all of you properly from now on. You may also come with Nimai here with your books this afternoon." Later the afternoon, the Lord visited Gangadash Pandita and touched his master's feet with respect. In turn, Gangadasha Pandita blessed him, saying, "May you become highly learned." He then continued, "My dear Vishwambara, I must tell you something. You know that this is no small matter for a Brahmin to be able to teach. It is a question of good fortune. Your grandfather is none other than Srila Nimbara Chakravarti, and your father is Srila Jagannatha Mishra. Both are great scholars. neither of your parents' families is illiterate, and you yourselves are a very able scholar with an exceptional faculty to give commentary. Would you say that one achieves the path of devotion to the Lord by giving up his education and learning? In that case, are not your parents devotees of the Lord? You should learn and study properly, for only through proper education and learning one can become a Vaishnava Brahmin. How can an illiterate Brahmin develop the faculty for discrimination between good and bad, proper and improper? Knowing this, you should chant Krishna's name and continue your education. Go teach the scriptures in the proper way with the proper explanations, and do not try to construe the meanings. It brings me tremendous anxiety. The Lord replied, by your grace and the mercy of your lotus feet, there is no one in Navadvip who can defeat me in any argument. Who can refute my arguments? Who can refute my arguments and then establish a new original concept? I will go to the center of the town and teach publicly. I would like to see who has the courage to find the faults and mistakes in my commentaries. The teacher, Gangadasha Pandita, was very pleased when Vishvambara offered his obeisances to his master and left. Gangadasa Pandita is such a fortunate and elevated personality that the disciple offering obeisances to his feet is none other than the Lord of Saraswati Devi, the goddess of learning. For what more can Gangadasha Pandit aspire? His disciple is the most worshipful Lord of the entire universe. Lord Vishvambara walked down the street surrounded by his students, like the shining full moon surrounded by so many.
Just let him read, okay? Just let him read, Radha, and settle down, okay? Be attentive.
His students, like the shining full moon surrounded by so many stars against a velvet dark firmament. Lord Vishvambara, whose lotus feet are eternally worshipped by Lakshmi Devi within her heart, sat upon the bank of the river, Ganga. There he began his explanations and commentaries, establishing, refuting, and then re-establishing different points. The Lord said, in Kali Yuga, the so-called scholar has no idea of conjugation, but receives the title of Bhattacharya. One who has no knowledge of philosophy, he has the audacity to debate, but none of these scholars can ever challenge me. Whatever I establish and whatever I refute, let me see if there is anyone who can dispute that.
That's really arrogant. It's very arrogant. Who would ever be like that?
Well, the Lord can
Who would ever say that?
Where is Guru? He talks from the cloud.
Oh, I'm not there? Oh, sorry.
Oh yes, you are in a small picture in the screen. I see.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Oh, there you are. Now I see you with your beard, so now I am very happy.
See, I knew I was inspired by Lord Caitanya because I would say shit like that, you know. So who would dare refuse? How dare they? I challenge anybody. I was wondering where that was coming from because I don't have an ego like that. I don't think, you know.
Well, I think the Lord does that to challenge the proud.
A thorn to pluck out a thorn.
Yeah.
And nobody would come forward to challenge him either.
Well, who can defeat the Lord? Nobody.
Nobody. Or one inspired by the Lord, too.
Yeah, maybe Radha.
Me.
Well, not this Radha here.
Okay.
No, actually, devotees inspired because they're channels for the Lord. The same Lord speaks through them. Yeah. Go ahead, read on.
Like this, the Lord of the universe, Vishvambara, boldly challenged everyone. Who is there that can take up that challenge? The scholars who came.
Oh, just a second. Hey, Meena, this is really bad etiquette, man. You come here and tell us to go in your guru or something. Don't you know you're here in a sacred place in Sadhu Sangha, and you're deviating people's minds from Sadhu Sangha? This is not good. You should, and you just keep doing it. Why don't you already made your statement. That's enough. Don't just, what are you, a fanatic? We don't, this is too fanatical. You made your statement, that's enough. Stop writing and writing, otherwise I'm going to block you and you won't be able to listen to this. We have the greatest devotees here in this Sangha here that are ecstatic devotees. I don't even think whoever you're talking about chants like anybody here in this Sangha. You should be learning here if you want to learn something. You're trying to promote your guru or whoever your teacher is. You should be like examining here what's going on. I mean, if you have any sufficient intelligence. Yeah. Sorry I invited her. That's okay, but why are you promoting this other person? You should be listening here. I mean, how would you like us to go on where your guru is chanting and start writing and he's giving discourse and, oh yeah, go over to our Sangha over here and hear the mantra from us. I mean, yeah, come on, man. Let's be a little bit more, attentive to what's going on here. Go ahead, Freddie.
So, who's Meena? Which Meena are you?
I don't know. Some Meena, some new lady, I guess.
Oh, it's not the Meena we used to know.
No. Somebody. They're promoting to us to go chant mantras somewhere else and all this. You don't know what people you're associating with. These are very rare persons. You're very fortunate to have the association of exalted devotees like Celery Freddy, Steady Freddy.
I'm not green.
You have no idea.
Thirsty Freddy. Golden Egg Freddy.
Go ahead there, Steady Freddy.
Okay. The scholars who came to pay their respects to Mother Ganga heard Lord Vishvambara bold words in fearful silence. Their scholarly pride broken to pieces. Where there is anyone in Navadvip who could challenge Vishvambara in debate, the Lord continued to speak for 4 hours as if in a trance, explaining and giving commentaries. It was late in the evening, yet the Lord did not stop. Then the Lord visited another gentleman's house, a very pious Brahmana, whose name was Ratnagarbha Acharya, who was a close acquaintance of Lord Vishvambara's father. Both had been born in the same village. He had 3 sons who were elevated devotees of the Lord, full of spiritual mellows. They were like the bees, which gather nectarine pollen from the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Their names were Krishnananda, Jiva, and Yadunata, Kavichandra. Ratnagarbha Acharya was a great devotee of the Lord and was very fond of the Srimad Bhagavatam. He was at the time reading from the Bhagavatam with great respect and affection. He read, "The wives of the Yagya Brahmanas saw a beautiful young boy. His complexion was darkish. He wore a golden yellow cloth. He was nicely decorated with flower garlands around his neck. A peacock feather slanted sideways out of his crown, where precious stones and metals glistened brightly like stars. He was with his friend, and with his left hand he stood leaning against the shoulders of a dear friend. With his right hand he twirled a beautiful lotus flower. His ears were decorated with earrings in the shape of lotus flowers. His cheeks carried decorative designs of sandalwood paste, and his sweet smile played on his lotus mouth. Spoken with great devotion, these words of the Srimad Bhagavatam entered the ears of Lord Vishvambara. As soon as he heard these words, the devotion of the speaker affected the Lord, and he fell down unconsciousness, overcome with loving ecstasy. All the students were amazed at the sight. After remaining in a trance for a while, the Lord regained his external consciousness. When he was able to speak, the Lord said to Ratnagarbha Acharya, "Go on, go on." He rolled on the ground in ecstasy. The Lord continued to urge him on, saying, "Go on, go on." The Brahmana continued to read, and everyone floated on the nectarine ocean of love of Krishna. Unrestrained tears from the Lord's eyes flooded the entire world. All the ecstatic symptoms like shivering, horripilation, and crying manifested in the Lord's person. The Brahmana was extremely happy, and he continued to read the shlokas with great inspiration. The Lord was very satisfied with the Brahmana's devotion, and he embraced him warmly. Upon being touched, Ratnagarbha Acharya experienced immense bliss. He fell down and in tears of love held the Lord's lotus feet. From that moment on, he became entrapped by love of Lord Caitanya.
Hey, have Francis read now a little bit.
Okay, Francis. Francis, it's your turn. it's your
You
turn.
guys can't squirm out of these things now because I got you on camera.
Yeah. Come on, take your glasses.
Was er in de terugstraat bloemen plukken?
Ja, van
Hij
alles.
moet hier komen zitten.
Ja, kom hier zitten. Kom hier.
Was er in de terugstraat bloemen plukken?
He's coming.
Hou het vingertje, hè?
Ja. Nee, wacht. Nee.
Dus kom op die. Oh, dat is gemakkelijk.
Ah. Nu gaat het ergens. He's coming. Gewoon lezen, maat, alsjeblieft. Hier. Uit. Voilà, hier. He connect.
Ja. Yes.
Continuously.
Right, thank you. Thank you, Maharaj. All glories. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Gaura Haridas. Jai.
Oh, and one thing for this Meena Shindi saying that she guarantees we'll see Krishna. You can come online here and show us your realization and show us that this is something real, like that you promise. Well, let us see your example. Show us an example of a person that has seen Krishna. Obviously, you've seen Krishna, or you think you have. So show us something, that is proof that you've seen Krishna, so that we can have some faith in this, because people can say anything. So if you want, I can put you on here and you can share with us a little bit. You should have the qualities of a devotee who's seen Krishna, the authority and the realization, the understanding, the ecstasy. Well, yeah, show us all these things. So you're welcome. I mean, otherwise, I promise, People say everything, a lot of things. So let's see. Let's get this, get some clarification on that. Okay, Freddie or Francis, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Madhya Ganga chapter 1, yeah, 2, 3, 9, page, yes. So I go a little back, little bit. The Brahmana was extremely happy and he continued to read the slokas with great inspiration. The Lord was very satisfied with the Brahmana's devotion and he embraced him warmly. Upon being touched, Ratnagarbha Acharya experienced immense bliss.
Put the camera more closer where I can see your whole face.
Okay.
There you go. Perfect.
Well, so, oh. So, okay, then, dus he embraced him very warmly. Upon being touched, Ratnagarbha Acharya experienced immense bliss. He fell down and his tears of love held the Lord's lotus feet. From that moment on, he became entrapped by love of Lord Caitanya. He continuously reads the slokas from Srimad Bhagavatam, and the Lord responded, roaring loudly, "Go on, go on." The people were completely amazed at this sight, and they realized that something extraordinary was taking place. Then Gandadhar Pandita intervened and told the Acharya, do not read any further. Ratnagarbha stopped reading and they all sat down surrounding the Lord. When external consciousness returned to the Lord, he inquired, tell me what happened. Did I act very restlessly? The students replied, what ability do we have to be able to explain your activities? All we know is that you are very fortunate. The Lord's friends and relatives discouraged them and said, do not praise him like this. The Lord now withdrew his emotions within himself and accompanied all the students to the bank of the Ganga. The Lord sprinkled some water upon his head, offered his obeisances to the Ganga, and sat down upon her bank. Nimai Pandita, the son of Sakshi Mata, sat with all the students discussing topics about Krishna, just as Lord Krishna has sat with all the young damsels of Vrindavan upon the banks of the Yamuna. So he spent some time with the boys, and then everyone returned to their respective homes. The Lord returned to his home, and after his meal, lay down to rest, just as Mahavishnu lies down for yoga nidra, mystic slumber. After a good night's sleep, the students returned early in the morning with their books to see the Lord. The Lord went for his daily ablutions to the Ganga. Upon returning, he sat down with his students and began explaining and commenting on the different aspects of grammar. However, all of these explanations and commentaries revolve around one subject only, Krishna, and the process of devotional service to the Lord. The students required, what is the definition of dhatu, verbal roots? The Lord replied, they are the energy of Lord Krishna. My dear students, I will now explain the aphorisms on verbal roots. Let me see who can refute my explanations. There have been many kings with beautiful bodies, decorated with golden ornaments, flower garlands, and sandalwood paste. People say that they are representatives of Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, and their words are the words of Yamaraj, the presiding demigod of religious principles. Let me explain to you what happens when dhatu life leaves their body. Where go the physical beauty, decorations, and power of these kings? Some of their kingly bodies are turned into ashes, and others are buried beneath the earth. Lord Krishna is present within everybody in the form of his energy, dhatu. Living entities are attracted to and love this life energy. In this way, they offer their devotion to him. All other so-called scholars and teachers are very confused. They do not understand the real meaning of dhatu, verbal roots. So all of you now listen attentively. The kingly person who was for so long worshipped and respected becomes contaminated as soon as life leaves him. And if his body is touched, one must take a bath. The son who spent happy hours upon the lap of his father must touch fire to the dead father's mouth and burn his body to ashes. Therefore, the definition of dhatu, essential substance, is the energy of Lord Krishna that's loved by everyone. Now I want to see if there is anyone capable of refuting this explanation. This essential energy of Krishna is pure, transcendental, and worshipable. Thus, one should develop unflinching faith and devotion to Lord Krishna. I repeat, one should develop unflinching faith and devotion to Lord Krishna. Just chant Krishna's names, worship his lotus feet, and hear only the names of Lord Krishna. Spend all your
You know,
time
that
meditating.
that's such a wonderful instruction. You know, because it's like, I like the analogies the Lord uses. Is like, the bodies of people think is so important. Your husband, your wife, or Trump, and you basically almost worship you, thinking about them and all that. But when you die, then you got to put fire to the body because it's contaminated, it's polluted, it rots, and that's your you worshiping death, basically. That's very dark, you see, and there's no real elevation from that, from worshiping dead bodies. Even Brahmins, I mean, Lord Caitanya taught that even a Brahmin who follows, they're still mundane. If they're still, they're doing rules, regulations, and austerities and fastings and all of that, but they're not transcendental yet, unless they're a Brahmin like Prabhupada, or Bhakti Siddhanta type, which they're devotees with real devotion. See, so they can't give you the conclusive understanding because it's outside of the mundane understanding of the truth. Brahman looks in terms of how they worship, regulations and control and cleanliness, and this is clean, this is unclean. See, but that's not good enough. I mean, if you want deliverance, the Lord goes right to. That's why I love this book. I love these teachings of Lord Caitanya. They're so beautiful, so perfect. You want deliverance now, quickly? Associate with devotees who glorify the transcendental form of the Lord. See? The devotees are the ones who are considered eternal, like even saints. Look like Prabhupada. People keep his stuff that were his bodily parts, even like teeth and all that stuff. It's sacred. Anything connected with devotees is not like the mundane persons. That's why they put the realized souls in samadhis. They don't burn their bodies. They didn't burn Prabhupada. That's why they put it in a samadhi. It's sacred. Lord Caitanya danced with a dead body of Haridas because it's infused. It's very pleasing to Krishna. But not unless you're a devotee that's devoted to the spiritual potency, like Haridas, like Prabhupada, then you're not worshipable. The thing in the world, people still, that's called religion. You worship people who are not on that level. And you worship them, and their body you're going to have to put fire to. But you know what? They put those bodies in samadhis too. They imitate the real devotees. It's kind of what happens, Very few people can discriminate. What is a real devotee? What is real devotion? What we're teaching here is so rare. So rare. How to tell what is a real devotee with real bhakti? According to the vision of the revealed scriptures, where are you going to get that? Where are you going to show that? Where can you see that? Everybody, they claim to actually be there, and they're Raganuga Bhaktas, but there are no shows. I'm sorry, we can't show you this confidential thing. So I don't believe it exists in them, personally. And I'm not going to just believe things blindly, like this person says, "Oh, I promise you." I mean, all respects to your understanding, but I'm not going to believe you unless you show me some proof. You show me that you have seen Krishna, because if you've seen Krishna, you're going to be an uncommon person. You're going to speak in an uncommon way. You're going to have uncommon spiritual feelings that human beings don't have. You come up here and show us. I mean, if you've got the power to do that. So otherwise, there's so many. They tell me there's so many of these people. Oh, come see my guru and you'll be delivered. Yeah. Well, there are thousands of people telling us to come to their gurus to be delivered. Show me some proof. Show me some uncommon understanding. See, the devotees, Lord Caitanya showed the standard. His devotees showed the standard. If you're empowered by the Lord, you don't have to wear anything special. No. Do you have uncommon understanding of the absolute truth? Do you have uncommon experience of the eternal truth that's different than 99.9% of humanity? That's how rare it is to know God. You'll have symptoms, man. You'll know things that the general populace doesn't know. You'll have feelings that 99% of the general populace doesn't have. the pure feelings of God, and the ones these guys claim to hide, you know, that they say they have, but they probably don't. That's how rare it is. People just to be, you know, they know, well, these people, they think a guru is supposed to be ecstatic, but I can't be ecstatic, so I'll just say I'm an ecstatic devotee. You know, so we want to, you know, we want some test. We test things here. I mean, there's nothing wrong with testing. You know, you test the metal. You know, you want to see, is this metal going to pop? You know what pop metal is? You put a little stress on it, pops. Well, we do that with gurus. You know, we put a little stress test there. We see, does this guru going to pop or crack? You know, is he a house of cards? You know, you know, do they have some substance? Are they self-realized? Have they realized the real self? Are they ecstatic? Do they have devotional divine emotions? Do they go in devotional trance? Are they Bhagavad Gita 10:10 personified? Do they worship Lord Krishna with loving ecstasy and have the real understanding, the real knowledge, and they can show it? Is your guru like that there, Meena? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, well, you show that you're a recipient. You know, I have disciples here that show they're a recipient of Guru's mercy to be like their teacher. So, you know, if you're saying you promise we'll see Krishna, you show us the symptoms that you've seen Krishna. Because I can show you the symptoms of people right in that room over there that show the symptoms that they know what Krishna's energy is and all of that. Yeah. So you show us, you know, like just a humble request. Yeah, so it's great, man. So what are you guys doing over there for your son? Did you feast yet?
Oh yes, well, did a big feast here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice, man. You must
Look for an old audience.
Is Johan? Did he eat lots, or did he
not,
just eat a
not,
little?
no, not so much actually. Yeah, no, not so much this time. No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we had some very nice preparation here also. Yes, made by
Right?
Rade. Here, yes, like spinach
Spinach
and
and
and some ananas.
and rice and chapatis, the whole lot.
Was it? Did you make brown rice? Brown rice?
No, pumpkin soup, rice with vegetables in, and spinach with chickpeas and aubergine, and then some sweet sour,
Yeah.
ananas, pineapple with carrots. Wait.
And here also.
Wait. I'll go to the kitchen and show you.
All right.
Sure.
David Beeman says, making everything complicated, too complicated. Just offer up some nice spiced gorunga potatoes, bubbling and ghee with your home when you have you leave your body one
This is
spark
the
in your spontaneous umbus. Wow, look at that. Ooh, nice.
rice, and then we have the
Vegetable?
spinach
Yes.
with chickpeas, and then we have the pineapple with carrots and paneer.
Oh, look at that.
And then we have the
Doll?
pumpkin soup.
I could see Kamalakanta salivating now. Yeah, he could smell the prasad. That's why he came live, because he could smell that there's some prasad going on here.
I will ask some people here. Freddy, how was dinner? How was lunch?
Dinner was excellent. There were three subjis. There was a delicious soup. So every ingredients were, you know, very nicely prepared. So it was prasadam for Kamalakanta.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I love you, Freddy. Lalita, Lalita, say something about my cooking. Oh, it was really delicious, Guru.
Did you eat a big plate? Did you eat or a small
Yeah,
plate?
yeah, I did. No, I did. Thank you.
It'll keep you going for the long train ride back tonight, huh?
Well, actually, to be honest, they are too afraid to say that they didn't like it. You know.
Yeah, yeah. They don't want to get your.
No. I did my best. I woke up this morning from 5:30 to start cooking for them. So, but I have 2 weeks vacation now, so I can come to your classes.
Yeah, okay. It's great. Okay, we got Gabriel who says something here. Do your disciples feel they and experience the possibility beyond a vague, inconclusive notion that they will attain God in this life? We're going to let Lalita answer this here. Can your disciples express dependence on Guru and Gauranga for their every lacking quality? Do you and your disciples express genuine feelings of surrender to Krishna in this life, or in death, for better or worse, etc., etc.? Can you answer his question?
There's too much noise for me to hear.
Yeah, everybody be quiet.
Can we express our love for Krishna or our love for Guru? Was that the question? Because I can't read it here.
You can't read it? Why? It's not.
I can't go back to Facebook.
Okay, all right. I'll read it to you. I'll read it. I'll read it. Everybody settle down over there, okay? Okay. Do your disciples feel and experience the possibility beyond a vague, inconclusive notion that they will attain God in this life?
I didn't understand the whole. I say what I understood is if we experience that we are going back to Godhead in this life,
Yes.
do you really experience it? Yeah, of course, we experience this. We have these ecstatic feelings. We are very aware that we are on this path. We get these confirmations of the Lord that we are growing towards Him. We get insight in Him deeper and deeper. We are capable to communicate with the Lord. We are capable to receive knowledge about Him, to receive revelations. We get loads of confirmations that we are on the right path and that we follow actually the right shepherd. Absolutely. Full faith in this path, full faith.
Yeah, it's just like it says, experience the possibility beyond vague, inclusive, and the conclusive notion. I mean, that's why I always say, if you actually are delivered, you will feel the Lord inside you, Lord Caitanya, Radha, and Krishna Christ. You will feel that Lord living inside you, and you will be the scriptures personified. For example, Bhagavad Gita 10:10. What's this vague, inconclusive thing? Yeah, no, it's very conclusive. You become just like the Lord, conclusive like the Lord, because the Lord is living in you and you realize what He realizes. You realize, yeah, that's true, man. The Lord's, by personal experience, Bhagavad Gita 10:10. Yeah, man, I'm worshiping the Lord in ecstatic devotion. And man, I got revelation on so many things. Just I get right understanding and real knowledge that I can see most people don't have. Now that's not vague at all. Yeah.
Because of that ecstatic love, it's we feel immediately that relationship between Bhakti and Vedanta more and more and more. Very important.
Yes.
We get more understanding the more we worship in ecstatic love. The deeper we get purified by this potency of Lord Caitanya.
Yeah, and if you're seeing, or anybody is seeing that this looks vague and inconclusive, it's really a projection because you got to just be here more. You got to see how conclusive this is. Because if it's vague, that means you're just too distant. Vague, because if you were close, you would see what we're saying is really solid, man. It's not vague at all. It's the most conclusive thing I've ever seen on the planet, personally. The most clear teachings. It's like just right out of Lord Chaitanya's book, not vague at all. So so the next one is, can your disciples express dependence on Guru and Gauranga for their every lacking quality?
We do express our dependence to our Guru by glorifying him every day, and actually by showing in our live videos, in our witness programs, what you do for us, how this process is growing, how we really depend on you, because it's obvious, it's very, very clear that everything that's happening in our Sangha, it's because of you, it's because of Guru.
Yeah, I mean, it's just pretty, it's just like, if you have a real guru, it's like having Jesus as your guru. I mean, and if you're not like that, or you think you're offended by it, or you think, oh, that's, how dare you? And no, that's Guru, man. He was teaching Guru Tattva. Matter of fact, he even said, listen, I'm going to build my church upon you, on your faith in Guru. You see, and then you take disciples like St. Paul did. He said, you're like my children. I preach the gospel. I preach the good news to you. All bona fide gurus, they preach about God, and their words have power, spiritual power, because spirit is behind them. Ecstatic, intimate, devotional spirit backs their words. They don't have any paper degrees on the wall. They're actually inspired by the Lord's potency. The Lord's potency is spirit, spiritual. Yeah. So so dependence on Guru, it's like, and it's not dependence on any, like a lot of people feign that. Oh yeah, my Guru Dev is so. Yeah, what? Dependence means you're dependent on the word. They speak Krishna. They speak about Krishna. Their words are about, conclusive understanding of the absolute truth. They're important to contemplate. They're wonderful. Even the Guru contemplates their own words, because they come right out of the clarification of the Bible and the Vedas, and as well as new things come. It's just, I don't feel, I feel attached to these words, but I feel they come through. It's like a flute. A flute doesn't claim, like, well, it's only me, the flute. No, the flute is aware there's a breath coming through them. It's a breath of the Lord, coming through. That's Krishna's flute. So you must be like that if you're going to be a savior for your disciples. If not, you're not a real one. You're not conclusive. You got to be able to say, I'm the way, the life, and the truth for whoever takes shelter here. It's not I, it's the I is the Krishna. Your preaching is the way. Your preaching conclusive truth is the way, and you're the servant. I'm just a servant of conclusive truth. I love conclusive truth. Conclusive truth has saved my life. The truth about ecstatic love, and the truth about the conception, in the vision of the revealed scripture has saved me. It gives me steadiness. It gives me like a solid foundation in life to live, And I preach that on the order of Prabhupada and Krishna, actually. I have all that, that backing here. And see, you would know that if you come regularly, but if otherwise it's vague. So that's just the thing, things will be vague unless you come in a steady way. That's how this works. It's always worked like this. Can you imagine, there are people who just came a few times to Jesus, or maybe once, and it was only those who were steady, like Paul, Peter, John, not Paul, well, Paul later, but Peter, John, and the 11. You had one little betrayer there. But the 11, they came and regularly heard from Jesus, and they became empowered to preach. They became solid. They weren't falling down all over the place. getting involved in Maya's little stuff. They were solid in the truth because they came regularly. You and everybody else will become strong in the truth here. You come here regularly, you're going to be a thunderbolt to Maya. You don't, you'll be weak. Just always work like that. Use the example of Jesus and the disciples. Look at this example of Lord Caitanya and his followers. They became strong. They associated with Lord Caitanya. Became purified and strong and understanding these deep conceptions the Lord taught. And we teach them, we discuss them just like the devotees did here. I wouldn't miss a minute of this. I would understand why this is all vague to anybody who doesn't come regularly. I come here, it's not vague, it's more clear every day. I come here every friggin' day, 3 times a day, and then my disciples give classes. I try to catch a few of those. And in the meantime, I handle my little business with the crypto thing so I can survive, pay the rent, my spare time, which is not much spare.
Can you say something, Guru Maharaj?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna there. Hey, Johan.
Something very beautiful.
Oh, good.
What Freddie wrote. I want to read this again.
Oh.
Spoke with great devotion, these words of Srimad Bhagavatam entered the ears of Vishambara. And as soon as he heard this word, the devotion of the speaker affected the Lord and fell down, unconscious, overcome with love, spiritual ecstasy. All the students were amazed at the sight. After reading in trance for a while, the Lord regained eternal consciousness. When he was able to speak, the Lord said, Ragnatacharya, go on. See, this is the effect that the spiritual master must have of his disciples. So, because he was reading, and the Lord fell down unconsciousness. We must maybe not feel as consciousness, but we start feeling the loving spiritual. And the Lord is saying, go on. This is not me. See, this is what the Lord is. It's what you presented. Go on.
Yeah, it said the Lord was affected by his devotion.
Yeah. All this past time of the Lord. And but this is the way that the hearers of the person who was reading, they have also become ecstatic. And this is happening here in the So this for me was so beautiful. Oh my God. So the Lord began to show us how it actually is. Not dry, not speculation, no. The Lord get me loving spiritual Oh my Lord, this is the way how it should be. That the person who he not listen, they should feel it. Oh, spiritually, because the Lord is nothing else. This is what I need. I want to feel it. And all these drastic reasons. What's going on? Are coming on. Yeah, when I heard it, it was like ding. Oh my.
No, that's beautiful.
So again, this is the proof. The Lord showed more than once the proof how it should be if you listen to a bona fide person. And I used to tell you how you listen to prophecy. But you start speaking. The Lord again saying, go on, oh my God.
So Kamalakanta, see, Johan's eating a prasad that ye know not of. He's already confused. I'm not sure if it will pass the Radha Damodar test.
No, but you see, I'm quite convinced if I read this book before I met you, I will not get it. But it is by your mercy you show it. And then you say, see this, how it is. If you listen to a person.
There's no other way to water the bhakti creeper. I mean, otherwise you're doing varnashram dharma. You got to have ecstatic worship, man. That's what the Lord came here to show, is how to awaken and nourish this bhakti, the pure bhakti creeper. Otherwise, there's no way to go back to Vrindavan. There's no way. Vaidhi bhakti doesn't nourish that bhakti creeper. That pure prema creeper is nourished by the devotees who worship in that mood, and that understanding. Otherwise, you can't. That's why it says, not by pious deeds, not by renunciation, not by mantra yoga, not by regulative devotional service, can you attain Krishna Vrindavan. It's through the devotees who chant the holy name in that mood, ecstatic devotion. There's no other way to water this. It's so rare. That's why we're probably the only game in town that are outwardly, teaching this. The bottom line is, if you really want the intimacy with the Lord, you'll have to show up here while we're here doing this, Because, there are a lot of devotees who say, a lot of gurus, they say, oh, well, my guru is so high and everything, but they're not teaching this. They're not showing it. They're not demonstrating it. They're not giving this out. Matter of fact, their disciples don't know what this is. They wouldn't proof of it. They think, what's going on there? That's what you get over there, because, we're doing this. We like this. We're open to this. And this is what Lord Caitanya was into, and you come here, you'll see that.
Yeah, and I was listening for a moment to a certain spiritual master, and he said, you know what is the ultimate goal of life? To his students, that you're not a body, that you're a soul. I said, oh my God, Caitanya Chanamrita is so beautiful, it's great. Angelina, chapter 23 of the goal of life, love of God. Love of God, not have the soul, but love of God. Can you imagine that is built a master? He has so many disciples, and then ultimate goal of life. You're not his body, you're the soul. That's children talking. Yes, ABC of spiritual life.
Yeah, that's all it is, ABC.
Yeah, really. When I heard this, I said to myself, my God, How is it possible that they are still there after so many years? Still on the ABC. You're not this body, you're a soul.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's why, you know, the people that are ready, they're coming here. That's why, you know, we got a fair amount of people coming and wanting to learn these things now. And it'll just increase gradually. Could you imagine having a deluge of thousands of people coming here? It wouldn't be able to do. We can't handle. I can't handle that. You can't handle that. Could you? We can't even handle one person having problems. Usually, you know, they get blocked, right? You know, this person, non-devotee. You know, can you have 1,000 of them? Oh, they're all flipping out. You know, going through purification. You know, no way. It's perfect. You know, Christians arrange it one by one. You know. Just a couple here and there, you know, and then we help them through, you know, we have a little community here. And then build. Lord Caitanya kind of did gradually build things, you know.
everything on the right time.
Yeah. Yeah, and we still do the preaching. It's like Jesus's preaching was so like this. I mean, it's like I get like the pattern, you know. Many are called and few are chosen. So we you know, we just put the message out, you know, like on Facebook Live, Twitch, you know, and YouTube, and many are called, you know, and the few come. God chooses. Okay, over here. You're ready for this, you know. You want intimacy? Okay, you're here. So, you know, like that. Many are called and few are chosen. So that's the prophecy. See, all those prophecies that Jesus read from the Bible, I can totally relate to because it happens here. Jesus said a prophet is not accepted in their hometown. I was never accepted in America. You know, it's not really. I mean, you know, but then all of a sudden in Europe, you know, it happens. You know, it came from Belgium and England there. Yeah, because this is very prophetic. It's very different. And this is the cutting edge for Vaishnavism. You want cutting edge. This is where it's going, man.
I think it also has to do, I make this picture out as it also in my lectures. If a person comes for the first time in Krishna consciousness, you read first, the lowest are the Chandalas. Then you have the Sudras, then you have the Vaishnavas, then you have the Kshatriyas, and the Brahmanas are guiding this other person. More above is the sannyas. So I was also thinking at that time, oh, the sannyasis, they must know it. Really, they must know it. Because I had to think, because you read this, and I think that there is still a lot of devotees are stuck in that thinking, because you read it. Huh? But then you read also in Chaitanya Charitamrita, if you're a Brahmana or a sannyas or even a Sudra, if you know the science of Krishna, who really knows the science of Krishna? All of you sannyasis, that's something else.
Yeah. Yeah, you know the science.
And I think that also has a lot to do, because you read this and then, oh yes, oh my God, the sannyasi, the spirit of the master.
Well, you know, that's even the Bhagavatam, it speaks about this, but people don't understand it. In the Bhagavatam, Indra, in the story with King Prithu, he created all these false sannyasis. That's what,
he was jealous
most of them.
The horse.
Cheaters, you know, they cheated and cheated. Yeah. So you got to get through that. You got to see, but you know, neophytes, they can't see these things. And if you're fortunate, you come and see where, you know, we get this transcendental vision and the Lord helps us in all these ways. Yeah.
That's why I make again this picture art. For see, even a Sudra, if you know the science.
Yeah.
And that is you see, because everybody, hey, he's still the master. Come on, because of sannyas. He has this standard, he is dressed. But hey, wait a minute, there's this crap. A Sudra Even though
Yeah.
the signs, we can see, hey, woohoo, this
Yeah.
person here,
There's that other verse too.
he
There's
knows
that.
what I know.
There's that other verse too. It says that Lord Caitanya preaches real Krishna consciousness through a low-born, fourth-class person to defeat the pride of the sannyasis and Brahmins. Yeah, and yeah. So that's also there, and that's kind of our, what we do here. Because people, they can't, it's special empowerment to deliver this message of Lord Caitanya, whether you're a sannyasi or a sudra. I mean, this is, the great sannyasi Prabhupada, gave me this instruction to preach this. I mean, a sudra. Why didn't he go to some sannyasi and tell them to do this? Why did Krishna appear my second disciple and say, because of your guru, you're getting my darshan? A sudra. Why? You see, because this follows a course. You don't. The Lord may, He does come through. He can come through anybody, but this is important because many sannyasis and Brahmins are caught up in pride, and pride is you cannot get this, and so that's His mercy is to come right now through a sudra like us. None of us. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. There was also, and I have this movie, I forgot now nothing, but there was also a person, he took sannyas, but he went back to his wife, and then he killed himself, but then the children, they studied more and more the books, but they need a special paper at that time. So they went to all these brahmanas, and they cannot find the solution in your books. You cannot be a brahmana, you cannot be this and this. But that boy was so convinced that you said, if the Lord wants, He can speak to anybody. And he said, can the Lord speak to this animal? And the boy was so convinced. I don't know if you know this movie. It's a black and white movie.
Huh. Oh, yeah. What was the name of that?
Yeah,
about
I forgot it now. But
what
it
was
started
it?
with the boy
Which
singing
devotee?
compassion.
Which devotee? Which devotee is it?
Yeah, it's in this box by Krishna's movies.
Yeah, is
If
it
you want, I will send
Tulsi?
later the link when I'm at home. So
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
and then he said, and then the cow started even talking, and he said, "Oh shit, man, there's a special person." See, but even the brahmanas, yes, wait, your father killed himself. Oh, you cannot be a brahmana and this and that. Studying all this book, but the boy, he really, no, everybody can be a brahmana. And even the cow, if the Lord wants, He can use even a cow. It was a bull. It was a bull.
Yeah.
And oh, it's not possible. It's not possible. And the bull is not talking. Oh, no. So you see, the Lord can come to. If you want, He can even use even a bull.
That's right. Anybody, a donkey.
Yeah, that's not mess. Yeah, even possible.
Yeah.
So
All right. So I'm going to read now. We have some comments here, so let's engage people here too. So Gabriel was talking about the ISKCON or somebody. Says, so the comments were, do your disciples feel and experience the possibility of vague, inconclusive notion? Yeah. So if they're thinking like that, that question should be asked about them, too. Do you guys, are you as conclusive as the people coming here? Or are you vague? So that's good. Yeah. Let's see, Gabriel. All right. Boy, I got a lot of comments here. Okay. Boy, a lot of comments. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to the end. I just cried for Jesus. All right. Good, Eric. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You know what? I think I got to take a little break here. Thanks, Johan, for sharing those things. That's awesome. So you guys enjoy did you eat already, or you had all that stuff in the pot? I can't hear you. Are you muted or?
Yeah, what you said, because everybody was talking, so then I didn't hear what you said.
Oh yeah. Did you did you eat yet already? Did you eat already? Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Already.
So the tasteful rice, I just took some rice, but the rice was more than enough. There was so much vegetable nuts. But for me, it was more than
So
enough.
you're gonna are you gonna take some home with you guys?
Yeah, of course, the rice.
Esto es.
I could just see Kamala Kanta salivating now. Yeah. Okay, guys. So thank you very much, everybody, for coming.
Thanks for your mercy to these souls.
Thank you for your mercy, man.
I want to say one last word.
Sing it.
I love you, Shira Guru Haridas.
Hey, you heard it? Radha said she loves you.
I love you.
Oh,
I love you.
thank you.
And tomorrow she here too.
It's nice to be loved.
No.
Okay.
Krishna also likes to be loved. Okay, my friends, I'll see you later. Huh?